Now, the rest of the story. He was the golden boy of the airwaves, the arranger of harmonies that defined an era. With a perfectionist's ear and a devotion to the melody that bordered on the obsessive, he stood on the stage of the music world, always just one step behind his greatest creation, his own younger sister. She was the voice, a rich, mahogany alto that seemed to bypass the ears and settle directly into the soul. Together, they were a commercial juggernaut, selling records by the tens of millions, painting American life in the soft, bittersweet hues of the 1970s. But behind the velvet curtains and the gold records, a silent, ravenous monster was gnawing at the foundations of their glittering world. It was a disease of the mind and the body, a slow-motion vanishing act that the brother, despite his meticulous control over every note and every chord, was powerless to stop. When she was gone, leaving a silence that no arrangement could ever fill, the world demanded to know the why and the how. Hollywood came knocking, smelling the tragedy of a life cut short at 32. The brother, still reeling, made a fateful choice. He surrendered to the producers, hoping that if he sat in the director's chair, he could protect her memory from the vultures. He labored over every script page, terrified that the grit and the sorrow of their private struggle would be turned into little more than soap opera fodder. But he learned a difficult lesson in the spotlight. You cannot control the way history sees a heartbeat once it has stopped. The movie was made. Millions watched the dramatized flicker of their family's darkest days. And when the credits finally rolled, the man who had written the music for a generation found himself staring at a screen, tasting only the ash of regret. He had invited the world into their living room to set the record straight, only to discover that in the telling he had invited them to witness the stripping away of her dignity. He had hoped to honor her, but he realized, too late, that some stories, the ones etched in deepest grief, were never meant to be scripted or sold. The brother was Richard, the sister was Karen, and though they spent their lives crafting the perfect melody for the world to hear, they discovered that the most profound songs have no notes at all. Now you know the rest of the story.